You should be doing this, Michelle. It also has a hood. It's not...
Even when they're joined together, the two of us...
It's not going to happen. No. What's it say? Just because I'm awake?
Just because I'm awake doesn't mean I'm ready to do things. That's me today.
So what's this video about? We're preparing for our big cycle across Britain, and we want to find sleeping bags that will suit us. And we've been looking online at these Naturehike down sleeping bags, and you can see there's quite a difference in the size of these three bags, but nobody's really reviewing them. No. Even on their own site, they've already got them open, and I want to see them compacted, and I want proper reviews. So Michelle and I thought we'll get all three, and all six, I'll explain that in a minute, and review them properly. Now, one of the caveats here is, for Michelle and I, we travel together and we sleep together. We prefer to have a sleeping bag that goes into a double. All of these will double up, they'll zip together. We find it more comfortable.
Yeah,
Overall, I find it so much more comfortable.
It's what we're used to, isn't it?
It's what we're used to. So we've chosen three sleeping bags that do zip together, but they're very different. We've got the CW295. This is the most compact down. It's a feather down sleeping bag, and I think that's the one.
That's the one I think is going to be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a little bit shorter. It's actually shorter in length, and there's still quite a bit of cinching. You could cinch this down quite a bit further. Then I've got the CWZ 400, and what's the one you've got on the end there, Michelle?
CWM 400.
So there are slight differences in these three sleeping bags, but different enough that we felt we should look at them all. And I think the main difference between this one and maybe that one, I'm not sure, is just the width and length. So
and I think this one has got a bit more down filling. So this one you can go down to colder temperatures.
Colder temperatures.
But this one still goes down pretty cold.
Right. We might have that wrong. It could be this one or this one. So let's take a look at these. This one is the one Michelle rated. It's the Naturehike CW295, and it's a down sleeping bag, but it will actually go quite a bit. You could cinch this down. You can take these cinch straps here and really pull this down quite a bit smaller if you want to. It's not good to store down sleeping bags in a cinch position because it will actually destroy the feathers or damage the feathers. And there is another bag.
I believe so.
Yeah, another bag inside, which is like a storage bag.
Yeah, so you can keep it all fluffed up.
It's much more voluminous. So they're nice little packs. Should we look at this one first? Yep. So we've got two of these, two of these, and two of these, because we're going to make a decision which one we prefer. And then we are going to use them as a double. So
I think one's got a clip and then it pops off.
Okay. So yes, look. That is the bag. Just show that to everyone, Michelle. That is a much more voluminous bag.
That's the way you're storing it, and you're not using it, you can keep it in there.
So it's blue in colour. We really haven't had a chance to look at these yet. Blue in colour. Get that bag out and let me just explain to people, because I want you to see everything there is. So what you would do is you would take this, you'd fluff it up and store it during the year in a big bag like this so the feathers don't get crushed. Okay, pull that out, Michelle. Let's have a
You've got
look.
one end, I've got one end. Okay.
So what are the things we really like about this bag? I mean, the first thing is that the zips, they're good quality zips, I believe. I mean, we're led to believe. You never really know until you get them out there. But these zips will actually join together and make a big double bag.
And they go both ways because they make a double bag, but it means you can get your feet out the end if you don't want, if it's too hot and you don't want your feet in.
I'm a hot sleeper. Michelle is a cold sleeper, so she likes her feet inside the bag, but I like to be able to zip the bottom of the bag and get my feet out. It's one of the reasons I just can't abide mummy style sleeping bags. I hate the feeling, the claustrophobic feeling of being sort of like cinched in at the bottom of the bag. So these are all actually...
So it's what they call envelope.
Yeah. Envelope, is
envelope,
it?
Because they're
rectangular. What I call rectangular. So it's nice. It's actually fluffed up quite a good size. Yeah. And I think this one is about, I'm guessing the size, is it 85 or 75 or, we'll put the sizes on there. So that is the CW295. you take that one on your side, Michelle, and undo that. Just show people again that that can cinch down.
It's the same.
It's the same. Can compress down and cinch a lot tighter.
I mean, even this one, although it's bigger than the other one, is smaller than the sleeping bags we took on the double.
Yeah, smaller, but that's it's bigger. It does trouble me that it's a. There's the big bag.
There's your big bag.
So there's your storage bag. I tell you what, you could always take these as fly nets.
Yeah, they're actually good.
They're very similar to the fly nets that we travel
Very
with.
similar. Blue again.
Okay, blue
Got
again.
a bit of red on this one, I think, there.
So red zips. So, okay, let's puff this thing up a little bit. It is very similar to what the 9.5 is. Is it the 9.5?
This is the CM400.
But this one is wider.
Yep, I can see that.
And I believe it's a little longer as well.
Because I'm so tall.
So it's going to give more loft. There's actually more loft inside this
one
as well.
I think you can go down to sort of minus something. Whereas the other one I think is 0.
We're not so worried because one of the other things we always take with us when we're camping is a liner. And by the time you put a liner inside these, you're generally, you can go down to minus fairly comfortably. We were under 0 with much more basic much lesser quality
Yeah. They weren't down
bags.
at all, and they weren't. No, they're much more basic.
So I think I'm not sure what the ratings are all about. You can judge for yourself, but I can already feel this is lofting up.
Yep.
Really nice.
Yep. Definitely wider.
Definitely wider. Quite a bit wider.
Yeah.
I like that. It might be a little bit too wide. We'll just put that on the ground sheet in the tent while we have a look at this third one. So this is the CWZ400. And this is the largest of the 3 sleeping bags by volume. It's wider, longer, a little bit longer, I think, than the other. And the reason that is, again, it was cinched down quite a bit smaller. But the reason this one is that much bigger, take out the fly bag, is I think this one's a different colour.
Yeah, I believe this one is goose down, where these are duck down. That's another difference.
So you say that this one is goose down?
Goose down. It says goose down, where these ones say duck down.
Okay, I hadn't noticed that. But this is black. But the main difference...
Black and blue.
Black and blue. Oh, this one looks like a bin liner. But this one, show at the end there, Michelle, this one has a hood.
I have a hood.
It's still not a mummy. It's still a square end. There's a lot of ugly white labels on this. They'll have to come off.
It does look like a bin liner, doesn't it?
It does look like a black bag.
It's wide like that second one.
Although this is goose down, did you say?
Yep.
It's slightly lesser
the
thermal efficiency to the 400.
Yeah.
The other 400, because I think they're both classed as 400s. The one thing that's kind of a bit of an experiment here is they do zip together. So 2 of these will zip together to make a double, but I don't know how it's going to work with a hood. I think that's going to be a little bit troublesome.
Yeah. Unless they're left and right, which I don't believe they are.
No.
Well, let's see whether what one we like the best.
Yeah.
See this one as a double, and then go from there.
Feels nice.
It does.
It's got a lovely down, but it looks like a bin bag. It looks like we should be doing. All right. Now I should say this is not a sponsored video at all. This is just a video Michelle and I would have liked to see. I do feel a bit foolish set out in a dog walking park with these sleeping bags laid out. Now I can see already with the 400, the loft, it's quite a bit loftier, and the 2950, I might get the numbers wrong now because I haven't got the packaging with me, it's a little less loft. But what's worrying me a bit is, okay, I'm quite broad, and a lot of guys, we have a broader shoulders, and that to me is looking a little bit tight. So we're not going to be using them as singles, we are going to be using them as a double, so that might work it out. I better probably take these shoes off. Surprised Michelle hasn't told me off already for having the shoes on. So let's we should have the dainty Michelle getting into this, not me. Why am I doing this, Michelle?
Because you need to see whether you fit.
Oh, it's absolutely boiling out here today. We've picked the hottest day. I just realised I've got a hat on as well, Michelle. You could have told me I had a hat on. Oh, we picked the hottest day. I'm so dry. and I'm getting into a down sleeping bag. Now I can feel already, oh, there's no way, come up and over a bit, Michelle. There's no way that I'm going to get this arm, these shoulders in here. It's not.
Even when they're joined together, the two of us.
It's not going to happen. No, I can't do that.
So my first choice.
So your first choice, oh, I could just about, but that would be so constricting.
No, that's definitely a no.
That doesn't work. It's a shame because it's the cheapest of. I can't even get. Wow. So we did know it was a little bit smaller and compact. So let's write that one off. Let's write that one off. So we don't need to zip those together. I know that if you zip that as one, it would mean that I take up most of the room. Michelle will be cramped over the other side. So this one here is a more standard width of sleeping bag. And oh, it's so hot. You've got to give me the thumbs up and share this just for the stupidity of getting in a down sleeping bag in the middle of the summer. Now, I can feel already that feels more comfortable. It's warm enough. So this is a definite goer. This one is kind of perfect. It's actually got a little cinch thing here so you could cinch it round. Let's have a look at the 400 with the hood. If I can get out. So this one is the Naturehike. Oh, the number's on here. So CWZ 400. So this has got a wider width. So I know it's going to fit. But I need to already. I can see I need to open this up to get inside because it's got a sort of quite a small hood opening. So you need to open it. It's got a lovely colour inside. Look at that. Looks like a bin bag on the outside, but the inside's good. It's a hot day, but I can feel that the loft of this is not as much as the previous wide one. There's not as much loft, so I get a feeling that this will be not as warm, because we are going to get some days where we'll be camping out at sort of close to zero. It also, you should be doing this, Michelle. It also has a hood, so you can what's the word I'm looking for?
Your head?
In this heat, the last thing I need to. Should we set these up back at home? Okay, we had to come inside. It was just too hot out there. I'm in the CW, the 295, which is only I think about 75 centimeters. I'm not sure what that is in inches, but it actually it fits.
Yeah, it does.
Even though I could barely get in, two of us can get in here quite comfortably. But the only thing is, it's not as lofty as the 400.
Nope.
So it won't be as warm.
Nope.
But it's surprising. I could barely get my shoulders in one, but Michelle and I can fit in this, and we would be able to sleep in this quite comfortably. There's no lack of space, but they become a useless single.
Yeah, they wouldn't work as a single. Even for me, I think it would be tight as a single.
Yeah, it's claustrophobic. So that's the CW 295?
295, yeah.
Yeah. Has a double, that would work for most people.
It would. And if you had a small tent, that's great.
If we were hiking this time, if we were doing the hike, I'd probably go for this.
Yeah.
Because you're getting a really nice down sleeping bag that works as a double. It just would be useless as a single. All right, let's now take a look at the, I'm going to call it the CWD?
No,
400?
CWZ 400.
CWZ 400. It's actually written on the bin bag. So what I find a little bit surprising is it said it was wider, but actually in reality it's the bottom one, the 400, the D400. I forget the names. Forgive me. So we've zipped this one together. So you can see it's going to fit fine. So again, I think because of the design, you've really got to release the zip a little bit because it sort of funnels in at the top.
It comes around, doesn't it?
Yeah, I find that a little bit odd. I love the blue colour. This is a beautiful colour. It's a shame about the outside. So,
Yeah, this is nice.
it is nice, but there is there is a problem, Michelle.
Really?
This actually feels huge now.
It does.
It feels huge compared to that one.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit confused because this is not going to work.
No.
We kind of hope there might be a way of getting both the hoods on the bottom, and I know you're all going to be saying, well, you zip it this way. It doesn't. We tried everything. And it would have been quite nice because we could have used them as sort of like a pillow stuff. They do this in other colours. I think possibly we even chose the black, but anyway, you live and learn.
Yeah, you do.
Zipped together, they all feel a lot bigger than they were as singles.
Yeah.
So interesting. They are nice. These Naturehikes, they're nicely made sleeping bags. So this is the one I'm favouring. Pretty much the same as the 95, but the advantage of this one is it's got more loft. There's definitely more loft, plenty of space. I mean, ample space.
Loads of space.
If we fall out.
If we fall out, we can go singles and get in these ones.
I must admit though, there's a bit of a dilemma in my mind because the 95 was bigger than I expected it to be, and it would be a lot less to carry. If I was backpacking and I wanted a double, I'd go for that 100%. But because we've got a little more space in the bikes, I think we're going to go with these 400s because I think in the colder nights...
Yeah, they're going to be a little bit warmer. Give that a little bit more warmth in the colder nights.
Yeah. So that's it, Michelle. I think this is the one we're going to go for.
I think so, yeah.
Kindly, we have a system here where you can order stuff and try it and send it back. I hope this has helped. I mean, it's certainly helped us because we haven't been able to see proper reviews, stuff down and sort of honest reviews. This is the sleeping bag that we're going to use on our cycle, and it won't be just a cycle from John O'Groats to Land's End. There's lots more planned, so this is going to feature a lot in the upcoming series. This is not sponsored. We're purchasing them ourselves. Just let you know that. We're just sharing with you what we decide to go for. Anyway, take care everybody. See you in the next video.
Bye.
This is huge. It's hot, isn't it?
Bit warm. Not as hot as in the field though.
No. Whew. Can we come out now?
I think so. They're gone.
Oh, they're still there.
Bye.
Watching up.
And can you trust that you won't blow away?
Okay, we're on our big walk from Rick's place. Rick, thank you very much, man.
No worries,
I'm
mate.
really looking
It's
forward
been
to
a
this
pleasure.
walk. I wish you could have come with us.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
But you might come up and be our support vehicle later in the month, maybe.